What's up, guys? It's me, Baby Venus, here today with another Legends of Runeterra deck guide. Today's deck is Hecarim and Elise, the Fearsome deck. This deck is very popular and ranked right now. You can easily get up to Platinum if you play it long enough. It almost pilots itself. It's not really a very difficult deck, but it definitely destroys a lot of other decks. So let's get into it. I'll show you exactly how it works. So this deck revolves around the Fearsome mechanic. The way Fearsome works is any minions that have Fearsome on them can only be blocked by enemies with 3 or more power. So Elise and Hecarim are great examples of this, but there's plenty of other creatures in this deck that have Fearsome as well. So the way Elise works is she's a 2/3 Fearsome, so you can play her early. When she attacks, she summons another 1/1 spider to attack along with her. And whenever she levels up, you have 3 or more spiders on the board. So she turns into Spider Queen Elise, 4/3. Now, not only is she Fearsome, but she also is Challenger. So she can grab the other minions and choose who blocks her. And she gives the other spiders Challenger and Fearsome. Meaning when you end the round with 3 spiders on the board, she'll evolve. All of the spiders on board, including herself, become Fearsome and Challenger. So you get to choose all the blocks. The other champion in this deck is Hecarim. Hecarim is a 6 cost, 4/6, and when he attacks, he summons 2 Spectral Riders to attack with him. So 2 more minions that are each 3/2. They are ephemeral, so they die at the end of the turn, but that's fine because that actually helps activate him. He levels up when he's had 8+ ephemeral allies attack with him. So if he attacks 4 times, he levels up, or if you have other ephemerals in the deck, that'll help it happen faster. He's also Overwhelm, meaning that if you do damage to a unit and there's any damage left over, it'll do that damage to the Nexus. So it can be very powerful. When he levels up, he not only summons those 2 attacking riders, but he gives all ephemeral allies +2/+0, meaning that these units here will be 5/2, and there's 2 of them. So when he attacks, it's really damaging to the opponent. Here's some good examples of this as well. That's fine. That's what that might be a wrong move on your part. That's 9. You're taking 9? Down to 5, huh? See if I'm right. Good. Good. Nice. Yep. The other fearful units in this deck are Arachnid Horror. This is just a 3/2 Fearsome. You also have Mist Wraith, which is a 2/2 Fearsome, and every time you summon one, it gives all other Mist Wraiths +1/+0. So this can easily become a 3/2 or a 4/2. And it also stacks with the next card, Wraithcaller. Wraithcaller is a 4/3 Fearsome, and when you play it, Allegiance means that if the top card is also from Shadow Isles, which most of these cards are, 34 of the 40 cards are Shadow Isles, so you have a very high chance, you also summon another Mist Wraith. So between the 3 Mist Wraiths and the 3 Wraithcallers, you can actually have 6 Mist Wraiths in your deck. It's really powerful. Next up, we have Frenzied Skitterer. This is a 3 mana 3/3 that's also Fearsome. And when you summon it, you give all spiders +1/+0, and more importantly, all enemy cards a -1/-0 this round. So if any of the enemies have 3 power, they go down to 2, and then they cannot block your Fearsome units. So this is a pretty powerful card. You usually will use this once you have 2 or 3 other spider cards in play. It is a spider itself, so it does help activate Elise's level up ability too. This deck also has 2 copies of Rasa the Sunderer. This is one of the strongest cards in the game in my opinion. It costs 7. It's a 7/5 Fearsome, and when you play it, you kill the 2 weakest enemies on the allies' side if one of your allies died this round. So usually you'll attack, let one of your minions die, and then play this card at the end of the round. It'll kill the 2 remaining minions on their team, and it can be really devastating. Here's some good examples. So I'm going to block his guy with my spider, so my spider dies. Then I'm going to wait for him to cast another minion, and then kill them both with Rasha. So I'll pass for now. I'm sure he'll summon something else. There you go, Garen. Right, now I play Rasha, and kill both his Garen and his Radiant Guardian in one move. Whatever.
Burns on.
And now the board is cleared on his side, and I have this big 7/5 Fearsome guy on my turn. You only have one card. I'm going to go for it. If you had up more cards, I'd say you might have something up your sleeves. I don't think you do. You have one card. I think my board's much larger. I think there's a good chance I'll win. Very weird that you did not... You just let your Senna die. I find that very strange. Oh, you had your own one. And I have no mana to deny it either. That sucks. Well, here we are. So as you saw, Rasa can do some real damage. You can actually win the game by playing this cards. I've had plenty of people surrender as soon as you play this and kill their 2 remaining minions. It's really overpowered. And then that takes us into our next card, Commander Ladros. There's only one copy of this in the deck. Because it's 8 cost, you're not usually going to get to turn 8. But this is for when you're facing control or other slow decks, and you do make it to turn 8, this can close out the game. So he's 8/6, another fearsome card. When you play this card, you cut the enemy Nexus health in half. Meaning if they have 20 health, it goes down to 10. If they have 6, it goes to 3. And then when he dies, his last breath is he goes back to your hand. Meaning you could play this over and over and just destroy their Nexus with this. As well as when he attacks, I mean, he's an 8/6, so that's no joke. But yeah, let me show you how Commander Ladros works. It's insane. I'm going to play Ladros. Alright, so that takes you down to 3. But I'm actually going to play Ladros. Oh, you played Ladros? You son of a bitch. Uncool, man. 10 damage? That's so strong. Well, I'm going to play my own Ladros. And take you down to 4. There you go. So the rest of the cards in this deck are spells. I'm going to go over them with you now. The first one we have is Mark of the Isles. It's a 1-cost burst spell. Grant an ally +3/+3 and ephemeral, meaning whatever you cast this on will die at the end of the turn. What this is useful for is if your opponent has a large minion you want to take out, say you attack with a 2/2 and they block with Braum, 0/5. Normally, Braum's going to take the damage, nothing happens. You cast this on your 2/2, it becomes a 5/5. All of a sudden, their Braum's dead. Or any card they have that has 5 health, this will kill it instantly. Yeah, you're going to lose your card, but it's definitely worth the trade. The next card after that is Black Spear. This is one of the best cards in the deck as well. It's 2 mana. If a unit died this round, deal 3 damage to an enemy unit. So you can take out other Elises you're facing, Zeds, Karma, anything that's got 3 health left. This is a huge spell. It really pisses people off, honestly. I see a lot of people rage quit after I kill one of their minions with this. So 3 copies of that's a must. And then we have Glimpse Beyond. This card at first doesn't seem that great. It's 2 mana, kill one of your units to draw 2 cards. But the reason this is so great is a lot of the cards in this game have activatable abilities that are kill a unit and then X happens. So with this, when they target one of your cards and try to kill it, you can kill your card before their ability goes off. So it stops them from getting the benefit, and then you also draw 2 cards. If your card is going to die anyway, there's not really a downside to it. This is used in a few different decks, but it's very strong in this one. The next card is Vile Feast. This is a 2-cost card. it drains 1 from any unit and summons a Spiderling, which is a 1/1. This card's great because it helps Elise evolve with the Spiderlings, but also helps finish off your opponent's minions. A lot of times they make trades that leave their units with 1 health left. You can just pick them off with this. Or early on, if they have, a 1/1 or a 2/1, you can play this and pick off their beginning units and give yourself a little bit of a advantage on board with the Spiderling, so help you stay alive till you can get your better units out. Overall, pretty great addition to this deck as well. There are only 2 cards in this deck from Ionia. One is Deny. You should know about this card by now. It's in a lot of decks. It's a counter spell. It stops any spell or skill from going off. It's great for countering your opponent's plans. There's always 3 of these in this deck. And the other one is Shadow Assassin. So this is a 3-cost elusive unit for 2. It's a 2/2. And when you summon, you draw a card. The reason this is in the deck is because you need some type of elusive presence. There's so many elusive cards in the game right now. If you don't have any in your deck, you're just going to get beat a lot of the time. So you put this in here, and sometimes when you play that, if the opponent has a stronger elusive card, you can use Mark of the Isles on it and buff it up to a 5/5 and kill their elusive unit, and then continue with your plan. So the last 2 cards in this deck are Withering Wail. This is a 5-cost spell. It does 1 damage to all enemy units and heals your Nexus for 3. This is great if the opponent has a lot of units with 1 health left, or if you just need some help doing some AoE damage. And also the healing for 3 can be clutch. And then the last card is Vengeance. Just 1 copy of this. Pretty straightforward. 7 mana, kill a unit. If they have a big guy who's stomping on you, just kill it. That's it. And that's all the cards for this deck. So the way you want to play this deck is try to mulligan for your low-cost units. So you want to get things like Elise, Arachnid Horror, Mist Wraith, Frenzied Skitterer, Wraith Caller. Those are all great cards to hold on to in your opening hand. And then you want to play as many fearsome, cheap units as possible as quickly as you can, and try to stomp down your opponent before they have a chance to get a board presence. After that, late game, you're going to depend on Hecarim, extremely powerful card. You're going to depend on Rasa and Commander Ladros to close out the game. If you're going against any control decks or anything that takes you into turn, 7, 8, 9, those are going to be the cards to win you the game. But the majority of the games with this are meant to be won, let's say turn 6, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. You can definitely make a lot of progress on ranked with this deck. Platinum is really easy to achieve. It counters a lot of the other decks that are out there right now. I'm sure you probably have seen this deck played against you. That's actually why I made this guide. I was tired of losing to this deck. It's a great deck. And yeah, I'll show you a couple more gameplay clips here. And that's it. Elise evolves. This is good. This is really good. So now I can grab his guy, and then I think he's just dead. Right? So I can grab this with the 1/1, and then you're taking a lot more than 12. So unless you have something up your sleeve... Nope, there we go. There's a big W. First we're going to do this. See if he's got anything up his sleeve. We do have Deny. Like this. And we still have enough mana to play that this turn.
Kindly keep your hands off my work.
That's a lot of damage, bro. 16. We're down to 3. Like that. Now kill 2 of your bots. Alright, Heimer. What else you got? Now we just attack with everything and wreck his face. Now he's down to 4 on turn 5. We'll go ahead and deny that. That wouldn't have saved him anyway, but we'll toss out our deny just to stop it. And then we'll get, what, 16 damage in? He's only got 11 health. That's game over. Another victory. So that's it. Get rid of your judgment and then smack you in the face for like, what, 16? When you only had 5 health left? Nice. Good win. Okay, now he's attacking with a big Tryndamere and his Ladros. I'm going to block both of them like this. Let him kill my Ladros. And then play him again to win the game. What are you doing? Oh, see, he's trying to do that. Instead, I'm going to deny him from doing the grasp, which will still let my guy die, but I won't take full damage from Tryndamere. Alright, now... Now my Ladros is dead. I'm going to go ahead and play him again. He's got no mana. He can't stop me. When you only have 1 health left, well, he surrendered, but it would have taken the 1 health down to 0. So that's how Ladros works. It's really strong. So that's it for the Elise and Hecarim Fearsome deck. Like I said, this is one of the popular decks right now in the meta. You'll run up against this a lot on ranked, so might as well play it yourself. You win a lot of the games, and you can get wins really quickly. You should be able to get up to Platinum in no time. If you have any comments or anything, please leave them in the section below. Otherwise, best of luck. All right, take it easy, guys.